Aloha. So I just wanted to come on and say I missed you all so very much. Tonight I am wearing a beautiful off-the-shoulder dress from Aloha Kalani Boutique. My puamomi is from the infamous Beth Hollywood. She's kind of a big deal here on YouTube. Her YouTube is cooking and crafting, so be sure to like and subscribe on her channel as well. I will post the Instagram on this live video at Aloha Kalani Boutique. They're so amazing. So in a nutshell, I just wanted to come forth and explain why I've been MIA. So it's been about a year since I posted here on my channel, and I sincerely apologize. I have had so much going on, and there's really truly a reason why, but I'll get into that because there's kind of a backstory. So there was the holidays that happened, and when you work in a mall, there is no such thing as time off. So I was busy working at a jewelry store at my job. And then afterwards, after the holidays, I finally got to go on my birthday trip. My birthday's in March. So I was in California with my other half, having the time of my life. Up until this thing happened that impacted the entire world called COVID. We were literally in the middle of our vacation when everything started to shut down, and it got really scary. We were contemplating if we should just end the trip early and go our separate ways, being that he lives in Chicago and I live in Hawaii. But we decided to just spend whatever time together that we could, because it was so long since we've seen each other, and it was really just heartbreaking to be under that much emotion and stress. Since then, I have been working from home with my family, our business, the Polly Dollies, and yeah, that's just been pretty much what we've been doing. We're on Facebook, if you aren't familiar with us, or maybe you are. We're also social media influencers with 808 Viral. But the main reason, besides my apology and my reasons as far as to why I've been gone for so long, that I'm making this video is that I got some tea, girl. So you better get that saucer cup with your fresh, hot, piping batch of tea. I know that I posted some videos expressing, you know, my weight loss journey, and how I was in the weight management program at Polymomi. Long story short, it was a waste of time. I learned a lot. However, I also wasted about maybe $3,000 to maybe $4,000 in copays, and got all the way to the very end of the program where I just needed an approval from a psychiatrist and a dietitian, and I was good to go. And it was at that point that I want to say harassed by the actual person who was the head of that program at the time. Not so much harassment, but I just felt very personally attacked, and I wasn't sure what it was. I'm thankful that my boyfriend was in the room, as well as an associate who was trying to volunteer in the program. So it wasn't just me and the administrator of the program. There were 2 other people in the room when things were said, and pretty much in a nutshell, it boiled down to just the administrator just not liking me. And this has been going on for a long time. And I just come to realize that I don't know what else more I could do, because now it was starting to get to me on a psychological level. No matter how hard I tried or what I did, it was never good enough for this person to give me any type of positive feedback or encouraging words. And like I said, I don't expect anyone to hold my hand or to kiss my ass or, throw me a celebration. But this individual just made it very clear that maybe this wasn't the program for me, and maybe I should even go to Guadalajara and pay for the weight loss surgery there. And I just looked at her and was like, is this how they train you to speak to your patients? And, you know, I knew at that moment that this was absolutely unacceptable. And this is not, like, I felt so broken. You know, I had improved on my journaling, and I have improved on my diet, and I was in fact losing inches, and, you know, it just was never good enough. And then you can only take so much negativity until you finally break. So I left the program. That was my third time. I left the program, and I just completely was just like, you know what, forget it. I wasted so much time. It took over 2 years. I had to jump through so many hoops. So many other people were telling me about other programs in other hospitals that I could do, and I just felt so defeated. It was at that point that it took 2 weeks for me to do a lot of self-reflecting. I had to emotionally, psychologically, and physically detach and reevaluate the situation. And it basically boiled down to me thinking, how many people did this administrator talk to like this? And how many people did this administrator put down and belittle and make them feel the way that I felt? Something has to be done, and something needs to be said. So what does Kale Momi do? Bitch, I called her fucking boss, and I clearly was just like, so I just want to know if this is normal. It wasn't me like turning her in or trying to get her fired. It was me questioning if that was normal and if that's how they were trained, because no one should ever feel that way, especially when they're going through such an emotional journey. You know, the weight loss journey for someone who is battling obesity is such an emotional roller coaster. Not everyone just opens a refrigerator and eats and eats and eats and eats and eats. That's not how I got to being overweight again. And that's not how everyone gets to being overweight again. So the stigma of an obese person or someone overweight just like having food under their bed or having food hidden away in their backpacks or their purses or in their car, or like, that's not the case. Everyone's story is different, and it's so sad that people judge you based off of your physical appearance instead of your character, your heart, and your soul, and your actions and how you treat people. But that's just the harsh reality of the world that we live in. So I had a very long discussion, and I shared how I felt. Mind you, this was 2 weeks after the whole event happened. And there was an internal investigation that was done. Like I said, thank God there was someone else in the room who worked for the program, and I had my boyfriend as well, so there were multiple witnesses to how that particular conversation went down. And it was within within 2 weeks, I received a letter in the mail that the administrator had resigned from the Polymomy Medical Center. It wasn't like I was purposely trying to get this person fired. It was just me wanting to question if that was normal, and if that's how, and from what I was told, that is absolutely not normal. And they encouraged me to come back to the program. I say that to say this, that I give so many people so much props for going through the hoops that they want you to jump through. I give everyone so much credit for doing every little thing that they ask and say and require you to do. But at this point in time, I've come to the realization that I'm not gonna allow someone else to tell me when I'm ready, because I have prepared myself physically, emotionally and mentally for this operation, the weight loss operation, for so long and in so many different times and scenarios, and have had it constantly like dangled in front of my face, that I've made the decision to do the surgery at my own time. And so this video is my announcement, and I'm so excited with every ounce and every pound on my body to say that I have decided to go to Tijuana to get gastric bypass. It is on my terms. It is on my time. And I've never been more completely filled with joy. I have battled my weight, and I've talked about it in my previous videos so many times in my life. This is like the third or fourth time that I have completely lost weight and gained weight. And I just realized that I'm not getting any younger. I don't have diabetes. I don't have high blood sugar. I'm not like super at risk. But I don't know how much longer my body can be healthy, because technically all of my blood work shows that I'm absolutely healthy. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just fat. I'm overweight. And at this point in my life, for my own future and for the sake of my quality of life, I'm choosing to do this. Now, I understand that we are in a global pandemic. I understand that it is not the time to be traveling, because I live in Hawaii and we're constantly having people fly into our island, and they are literally vacationing here because it is such an affordable time to travel, even though it's not the safest or the right time to travel. Literally the other day, it was announced on KITV or something that like 2,200 passengers flew into our state. I guarantee you, not every single one of them live here and is a resident or has a state ID. What does that do to the people who are natives here? It puts us at risk. Okay, just because we're on your bucket list for a vacation doesn't mean that it's the right time for you to come, especially when we're constantly seeing a high peak of numbers of people who are testing positive. So please, by all means, with all due respect, if you don't live in Hawaii, please don't fly to us at this time. We really don't need the tourism right now. We need our state, being that we are isolated on an island, to heal and get control over what is going on, being that our state is now one of the highest in the numbers, and that needs to be taken care of in a nutshell. But I say that to say this. I have pushed back this surgery 3 times throughout the entire quarantine. I was actually supposed to do this when I got back in March. However, I made the choice to be responsible and push it out further. And then when lockdowns were happening and things were looking worse, I decided to push it back further. And as it continued, as you guys know, throughout the months, we've all been dealing with these challenges of isolation and social distancing and, 6 feet apart and constantly wearing your masks. I just constantly tried to be responsible, being that we are social media influencers, and push back the date and push back the date. And eventually I just got to the point where I realized that how much further am I going to push this out? At what point does it become okay for me to do this for myself? And if there's anything that I've taken away from people who have done this type of weight loss surgery, it's that they always say, I wish I did it sooner. So with that being said, I'm taking absolute 100% responsibility and control in this situation, because it is the beginning of my new chapter in life. I'm going to do this. This was pushed back multiple times, and I'm not going to do this again. I will be traveling with N95 masks and spray bottles filled with alcohol and being as responsible as possible. I will be documenting this as I try to document the journey the entire time. I understand why some people may not understand, but if you knew how many, I would have to say, I was let down from doing it medically through my insurance. I was let down like maybe 2 or 3 times. Booking and rescheduling on my own to do this on my own time, I was let down like maybe 2 or 3 times. So at this point, it's like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I have to make a decision for myself. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm also going to document this and share this on my channel for anyone who's possibly going through the same things and struggles as I faced with my weight. There are so many people who get the weight loss surgery and choose not to be honest. They say that they're doing keto, or they say that they're doing high intense training, or they're claiming that they have a weight loss program and stuff. And it's like, sis, your weight loss program is that you had gastric bypass or you had the sleeve. But you know, this video is not a bashing video, and this video isn't talking about this person, that person, and anyone else. It's talking about myself. And I'm just saying that I'm going to be 1000% honest, 1000% transparent. I'm going to document the entire journey. I'm so thankful. And another announcement that I'm going to make with this video is that I'm so thankful. You guys have seen us on 808 Viral. The Polly Dollies have shared beautiful results from taking care of yourself with the lovely ladies at Allure Laser Med Spa in Waipahu. We've done lip injections with them, Kybella, Botox, the vampire facial, laser hair removal. We've done all of that. We've all been showcasing all the great talents and how really important it is. Self-love is so important, especially during these trials sometimes when, you know, your mentality, you know, maybe not at the best because of this entire lockdown situation, quarantine situation. And, you know, you can't do the things that you used to do that used to bring you joy. Well, it is with every pound in my body that I'm so proud to say that the Polly Dollies have yet again got an amazing surprise coming up with a plastic surgeon. We're going to announce our before and after photos as soon as we get them, when it is the right time. But we're just so grateful and so thankful to showcase that even plus size Polynesian women who always take care of everyone else and make sure that the family is good can even have a little bit of time to take care of themselves and treat themselves. It is so humbling, and we're so grateful, and we can't wait to share the results. Once again, it will be announced when the time is right, but it is coming up, and very soon, in fact, and we're so excited. So with that being said, with every heart in my being, every ounce in my being, every ounce in the pounds, and every pound in this bitch, I just want to thank you all for still being subscribed to my channel, following me on Instagram, following us on Facebook, watching our Facebook lives. And yeah, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you appreciating me. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, bitch, because I have more videos coming up, especially about my journey in Tijuana. I'm really excited, and I can't wait to share with you all my weight loss journey, because I plan on keeping this as public as possible. I hope that you're all being safe. I hope that everyone is in good spirits. Try to make the best decisions that you can, and just love one another, because you never know who is struggling with something and who is really going through their trials and tribulations. So if there's anything that you take away from this, just know that don't judge people. Spread aloha and love. Don't travel to Hawaii if you don't live here. And yeah, stay tuned. So if you have not liked and subscribed my channel, I'd really appreciate it. I hope you guys all take care, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye.